Hi Simon,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm tired.
Really?
Yeah, I was just having a nap and I almost slept right through class.
You woke up early today?
Yes, I did.
It is nice. It's good.
It is nice. It's very warm out today, so I should be outside enjoying it, but instead I'm just a little on the tired side. Edson, are you going to be in my next class?
Oh yes.
Okay. What about the one later tonight?
At 10?
Yeah,
Like I think that is not gonna be possible for me because I have to go to my sister house to celebrate the Christmas.
I got it. Okay. Excellent. All right, so I'm going to give you a link. Go ahead and open up that link.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, and go ahead and watch it.
All right.
All right, I finished watching it. Edson, you should have finished by now, and Anna's going to take a little while longer. Okay, great, Anna. So tell me, what did you learn about the video?
I learned that the global temperature has been increasing, and it's not possible for the ice to form again, and the icebergs have been melting.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of people had died in Europe, 52 million people, I guess, because of the increasing in temperature.
Mhm.
And what else? And I guess that's all.
Okay, so it's having effects on the world today, right?
Right.
Right. It looks like we lost Edson.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, we can't
maybe
debate without
maybe
him.
he maybe he will come back.
I'm sure he will. We've got a lot of people joining today's class, so it's just where are they?
Hmm.
Okay, so what do you know about global warming, and do you think it matters to people living in Brazil?
Of course, it is matter. And this summer now is really hot. And my husband and my children went for a ride in our boat now, and I told them, no, I'd rather stay home in my room with the air conditioning turned on, because I cannot cope with this temperature. My skin burns. It's really hot. Each summer it's been becoming hotter and hotter.
And what's the
And
temperature in Brazil right now?
36 degrees.
Wow, that's pretty hot and humid too.
No, it's not humid here in Angra dos Reis, in Rio de Janeiro state. It's not humid. I've been to the Amazon rainforest a few times, and there the weather is humid. It's really humid there, and it's worse because when it is humid, because you 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 feel uncomfortable all day long. You never feel clean because of the humidity there.
Yeah, I know what that feeling's like.
Hmm.
Well, I always thought it was hot in Brazil. What did summers used to be like?
Some years ago,
Yeah.
uh, it was always hot, but I have the impression that each year it's hotter, because I don't remember it's being so hot last year, and it's just the beginning of the summer. So imagine in the middle, I will melt. Oh my gosh.
I know, and here I am enjoying record-breaking high temperatures as well in Canada. And today it's, I think, 14 or 15 degrees,
Uh-huh.
and it should be -5. So we're
Yes.
20 degrees warmer than we should be. The ground isn't even frozen yet.
Yes, it's very concerning. Um, and no one has been doing enough, you know. They have those agreements, summits, the Kyoto Protocol, but we we don't see people taking measures, you know, real measures, just talking,
Talking
right?
is the first step, isn't it?
Yes, but we have to hurry because the world is doomed. Edson is back.
Ah, welcome, Edson.
Thank you. My internet has a problem and I'm just fixing.
Okay, excellent. Glad to see you back. There's 3 of us, so let's think. What are we going to do? We can do a mini debate later. Or we could do one now. Got Edson, and we got Anna.
Yep.
Who would like to play the role of a climate scientist?
I
Whatever.
would.
Me. Uh,
Okay. So we have a climate scientist. Let's see, a politician. We'll just say politician.
Edson, would you like to switch? You could be the politician.
He's going to be.
Okay.
Hi, Aka.
Yes, hello.
Hi. Where are you from, Aka?
I'm from Japan.
Japan. Okay, so obviously Japan would be greatly affected by climate change.
Yeah, I think so because the climate this winter, especially El Nino happened, so it's warm and very rainy.
Yeah, very
And
same here in Canada.
I see. I think a worldwide problem nowadays. Yeah. So
Okay, so here we go. So we've got Brazilian PM, and we have here we go. Edson, you're going to represent the Brazilian Prime Minister or President. Anna, you're a climate scientist. And Aka, you're going to represent the Japanese President or Prime Minister Abe. Okay, now what role would I play? I'll just try and, for now, I'm just going to facilitate. So think of this as a mini conference that was held in Paris, okay? So obviously, everybody agrees that global warming is happening. So this is not a debate over whether it's happening or not. Okay? Well, let's not have a debate right now. I want to have more of a panel conversation. So the whole purpose of this panel conversation is to discuss global warming and what needs to be done and what action needs to take place. Now, prime ministers and presidents seem to be more concerned about the economies and not as concerned about global warming as yet. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start us off here. Thank you everyone for joining us here today. We have a panel here to discuss a global initiative to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, methane emissions, and bring the planet back to levels we saw back in the early 90s to help reduce the risk of global sea rises and other effects due to global warming. I would like to invite Anna, a leading climate scientist, to speak first. Now again, guys, try to keep it to about 20 to 30 seconds and the flow will go better. All right, Anna, take it away.
Okay. First of all, I have to begin by saying that we have researched and we have detailed measurements of the atmospheric carbon dioxide levels, and we know that they have been taken continuously for more than 50 years. And we have evidences that as the carbon dioxide levels increase, the pace of warming accelerates. We have satellite measurements that confirm that less heat is escaping the atmosphere today than 40 years ago. The climate has changed many times in the geologic past due to natural causes, including volcanic activity and so forth, but none of these can account for the current rise in global temperatures. So I hope that...
That's a minute. You've already gone over your 30 seconds. All right, now I want to turn it over to the Japanese Prime Minister to respond.
Yes, I think to stop global warming is a crucial issue. Many scientists nowadays began to say it is too much, so we need to kind of reduce the CO2 until the average temperature in the Earth -2 Celsius. It's an urgent issue, so we need to deal with that in this maybe conference or conference. That's what I am here now.
Okay, thank you very much. Now to hear from Brazil. Go ahead, Edson.
You know, the emission of CO2 has been damaged a lot our products, our goods, because you know since it is increasing, it's getting difficult to get control of our goods to export and also to import some products. We are facing some trouble in exportation because we are not crop very well our products. Like we have a lot of vegetables and some kinds of fruits that has been damaged because of this pollution.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I got my timer wrong. I didn't reset it after Aka spoke. All right, back to you, Anna. What kind of things can we do? What do we need to do now?
Okay. First of all, Mr. President, I'd like to say that I understand your concern about your goods, but you will no longer have goods if we don't do something right now. And we can reduce global warming emissions and ensure communities have the resources they need to withstand the effects of climate change, but not without you, the leaders of some countries, because it would be worthless with just one country uh, at, took an action and other countries don't. You know, we have to decrease the amount of carbon footprint and we have to reach this agreement together.
Thank you very much. Back to Japan. Go ahead, Aka.
Yes, in order to do so, maybe we need to, how can I say, set a goal, clear goal for our goal to achieve. So -2 Celsius from current level of global warming, global temperature is necessity, one necessity. In order to do so, maybe more using um, hybrid technology or alternative energy source like solar energy or the ground. I forgot what sun. The heat of the ground. Japan is a kind of, since earthquake happened, Japan frequently. So and Japan has a lot of heat underground, so we can use that heat for producing electricity. So this kind of technology also effective to reduce global warming.
All right, so Japan is looking to utilize more geothermal.
Yes.
Zero emissions are given off by using geothermal.
Right.
Thank you. Edson, what's Brazil's position? What is Brazil going to do?
Yeah, we are trying to affording for some kind of some equipments for scientists, like to get wind power, to get control of the pollution, the air pollution. But we need people to work in some place like that to to be responsible for that and to produce more blades, that is in the place of the wind power. But I don't know what's gonna happen in situation like for scientists, how they are going to, what's the best way for them to deal with this, to produce these blades.
Okay, thank you. Now we're going to change things a little bit. I'm going to set up a mini debate. It's going to be tough because there's only 3 of you. But what we're going to set up is the debate, and maybe what we can do, I've got an idea for this mini debate. We'll have the affirmative, which will be Aka. We have the negative, which will be Edson. And Anna, you're going to make sure you keep these guys in line, okay? You'll be the moderator.
So,
what is the
affirmative.
debate topic? The debate topic is this. Nuclear is the only technology to help us meet the Paris commitment. So here's our position on the affirmative. Nuclear technology is the only technology that can help us meet the Paris commitment. Okay? So, Aka, I'll let you play the affirmative on this. So your whole point is to convince us why nuclear is the best technology. Okay? And Edson, you're simply going to try and show us that, well, that's silly. There's plenty of alternatives. Okay? Anna. Anna. Oh, I've lost Anna. Okay, so I'll moderate.
And I'm here.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to moderate, and then we'll take turns going back and forth between each of you, okay?
Okay, I thought you were going to explain my role. I didn't know you were calling on me.
No, I'm wondering about your role because there's really not much you can do in a really short debate like this, okay? So I want you to listen, and then you're going to tell me who made the better argument. And both of you and I will vote to see who had the better argument, okay? So what I want you to do is, as each one of them makes a good point, write down a number or a tick, and then you can add them up, and then we'll see who got the most facts or points. Okay, so I'm going to keep track here. Aka, you're up first. You have 2 minutes to convince us that using nuclear fuel is the only way, or nuclear reactors is the only way to meet the Paris commitment. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I think nuclear power plant is the only the solution to stop global warming because it doesn't release any CO2 and it's CO2 free facility. And it's my main point. Even though it actually represents nuclear, it's produced a lot of nuclear waste, but in terms of CO2, it's none. So surely it can stop. It will stop global warming if all power plants change to nuclear power. And talking about alternative energy, some people say it could be that could be the solution, but think about it. Is there the truly alternative? Because is it enough to produce the electricity we consume nowadays in this electrolyzed modern society? So it's not enough technology to prepare all of the electricity we are consuming now. So nuclear power plants are the only solution of global warming now.
Thank you very much. 1:30, or just under 1:30 is how long it took you to speak. All right, so Anna, I gave Aka 2 points. How many points did you give him?
I don't know.
You don't know. So that's 0.
0.
Okay.
No, 1 point.
1 point. Okay, so Aka has 3 points then. So Edson, you need to at least tie. So how I'm doing this, Anna, is every fact that they bring up, I give them a point. Then if they make another statement, it may not be a fact, but it's a convincing argument, I'll give another point there, okay? Edson, you heard Aka speak. You also have 2 minutes. You're to argue the counterpoint to that. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
You know, nuclear technology is not a good way to meet for Paris because, you know, if you want to create something like nuclear technology, you need a place. And if you need a place, you need, for example, a very big place to construct some technology. But you're gonna destroy the environment, you know, because like, for example, you're gonna get deforestation. You need a forest to do that, but you need to deforestation. You need to do deforestation to construct a new technology, and you are gonna damage the environment, you know. And besides, you're gonna need electricity. You're gonna need people working. You're gonna need goods, and you're gonna need many other things to construct just only one. It is, I think, that is wasted time to do that, because besides, um, it's not gonna it's not gonna improve in a very fast way, you know. It's gonna take like maybe 10 years or 12 years to start helping just a little bit. And this is not a very good solution because of this damaging and people you're gonna use, and many other things that you make use of.
Okay, thank you very much. Anna, how many points did you give Edson?
How many points did you give him?
I gave 2. Now he made a lot of points, but what I realized though is, you know, destruction of environment. Well, you're going to do that with coal or anything else, or wind or solar. So I didn't really see some of those. It could damage the environment, but only if there was a nuclear. Well, we saw what happened in Japan, right? There was only damage to the environment when there was a disaster. So I gave him 2 points.
Okay, I gave him 2.2, and Edson won.
He did, 4-3. Okay, so you see what you're trying to do here, guys. You want to be quick, fill up your time, and try to get as many facts in as possible. It's tough because you've only got 2 minutes. It's getting you thinking on your feet. Next, we have Anna and Edson. Who would like to play the affirmative? Actually, yeah, I'm going to stay on the same topic right now, and then we'll change it in a little bit. So who would like to play the affirmative?
Me.
All right, so Edson, you're going to play the affirmative this time. Remember what the affirmative position is? Nuclear technology is the only way we're going to meet the Paris commitment. Now keep in mind, nuclear power station doesn't take up any more space than the coal power plant, right? So you could decommission coal power plants and set up a nuclear plant. It would probably generate a lot more power, a lot cleaner. You've got that nuclear waste to deal with. Okay, so the affirmative always goes first. So, Edson, I'll let you start us off. And Aka, I want you to listen for the facts. Okay? We'll add my points and your points at the end to give Edson his score.
So
Using
now I'm kind of the checker or something.
Yeah, just like keep score, a checkpoint or a tick for each fact
Okay.
or argument, and then we'll add them up at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Edson.
using nuclear technology is gonna be helpful for everybody around the world. We are not no longer you're gonna make use of hydroelectric energy. We are not gonna make no use of wind energy. Many of it is we are gonna just make use of one place to produce energy for everybody, you know. And this is gonna be a very useful way of energy because you're gonna finish using the wind energy many countries because this each piece of the wind energy or panel energy they will is produced is like is when you add some every kind of this is gonna be just one way that's gonna be like the in a nuclear technology, you know what I mean, like it's not gonna be no longer necessary to have in such countries like United States, Brazil, Japan, or any kind of another way of producing energy. Just one is located in any place around the world, you know.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Aka, how many points did you give Edson?
At 2.
I gave him 1. Edson, the only problem I had is you didn't really state why nuclear was better or why alternatives were worse. So that was the only problem. Like you were saying what you were going to do, which is great, but you weren't talking to the benefits or the negatives of the other. So that's 3 points for Edson. Now it's Anna's turn to argue the counterpoint. Anna,
Okay.
are you ready?
No, Edson. I don't know. What you were talking was totally preposterous. Everyone knows that the waste produced by nuclear reactors needs to be disposed of at a safe place, since they are extremely dangerous. They are radioactive waste, you know. Imagine if it leaks radiation, they have to be stored properly. And you know the danger of a nuclear accident, and don't you remember Chernobyl and Fukushima? Okay, even small radiation leaks can cause devastating effects, and people might die. Okay, the nuclear radiation is very, very dangerous. There are power reactors and they that produce plutonium, and it's not found in nature. It's a very dangerous and harmful. If it is introduced in nature, oh my gosh, it's called a dirty bomb. I think, and you know the cost of it, it's very high. The nuclear a nuclear power plant is very high. It needs a lot of investment to set up a nuclear power power station. It's not possible by the developing countries to afford it. And you told, we are going to have it everywhere, and we won't need anymore. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But it's not true. The underdeveloped countries will never afford it. It's a national risk to have a nuclear power plant.
Thank you.
Sorry.
What I started doing is I started putting the points down as the person was speaking so you could see how I was doing it. And Anna, holy cow, did you just go crazy? I gave you a total of 7 points. Aka, how many points did you give her?
2.
2. Okay, so that's a total of 9 points. That's a lot. So why did I give so many points? Well, Anna was just going after point right at the beginning. It's too dangerous. It produces hazardous waste, 2 points. Chernobyl, Fukushima, there's another point for each one of those, because if you're having an argument talking about nuclear disasters, well, those were both with power plants, and she got both of them. And Anna kept going and getting other points, and that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do is, you've only got 2 minutes. Bring up as many facts as you can. Okay. Now, we're going to do something a little different. Instead of nuclear technology is the only way to go, we're going to say that wind technology is the only way to go. Okay? So this time it's going to be, oh, sorry, by the way, Anna won, Edson. It'll be Aka and Edson. Wait a minute. So Edson's gone twice, Anna's gone twice. Yep, so I'll do Edson this time. Okay, so who wants to be on the affirmative?
So what did you say? I didn't get your
Wind turbine technology is the only way, or is the, sorry, not the only way. Wind turbine technology, so using wind turbines, is the best way to meet our Paris commitment. Wind, yes.
Okay.
Who would like to play the affirmative? All right. Aka, you're going to support wind technology. You'll be the affirmative, okay?
Okay.
And you get to go first because you're the affirmative. Go ahead, Aka.
Yes. I think wind technology is the best for reach Paris Agreement, because wind is always blows somewhere in on the earth. So and nowadays some universities is researching, developing about wind lanes. That means we can concentrate on wind power into the small turbine. So even if some area doesn't have so much wind, we can use wind power, kind of boost wind power to generate electricity. Plus, a lot of percentage of our land are not land. The area of the earth are ocean. Our ocean are very windy usually, so we can float wind turbine on the ocean and to produce wind a kind of electricity And this technology, the floating wind turbine and wind power boost technology, if it is combined, it can produce a lot of electricity. So it's the best solution to stop global warming.
All right, thank you. A minute and a half. So I gave out a total of 5 points there. Anna, how many points did you award? You're on mute. Anna, how many points did you award?
Sorry, my computer was a bit strange. Uh, 1.
Just 1?
Okay, 2.
You only heard 2 points there. Okay, you're a tough grader. All right, Edson, you're up next. Anna, and if you say like 6, oh no, you're biasing Edson. Okay. The reason I gave Aka so many points is Aka made many, many good points talking about wind turbine technology, not just on land, but also in the water, that it's available throughout the planet. So there was at least 3 points there into some of the other things you said. All right, Edson, you also have 2 minutes.
Yes, first, it costs a lot to produce a blade or the equipment at all. You need a lot of guys producing, and second, where you're gonna put this equipment, because you cannot put just in one place. For example, there's just houses or apartments around the neighborhood, and where you're gonna put you need a very very not big, but some kind of big place to put it. And third, when how many houses will be getting the energy, you know? Fourth, you need, for example, you need like much more than 10 or 11 blades to produce enough energy to afford house and apartments and things like that. And another point is not gonna be available, like it's not always the energy is enough for I mean, the wind is not always is getting strong enough to to make the rotation of the blades. And the other is like, let's see, the transportation of the blades around the world, like how many countries will get this wind. Because for example, United States, in Brazil, the wind is not enough. Like United States is better for because of the some regions, some locations, they are much better affordable for this technology.
Thank you. I gave you 3 points. Now, some of the things you said, shush. Some of the things you said really didn't apply because it applied to all the technologies. Such as, what was that last thing you were mentioning about? Well, Brazil doesn't have a lot of wind. You don't need gale force winds for these. You don't need really strong winds. But if you have an ocean, you always have a wind gradient between the land and the ocean. So there are plenty of places to generate wind. So if I sensed that the point wasn't accurate, I did an award for it. Now, Anna, how many points did you come up with? Looks like 10 at last count.
8.
8. Okay, so that means that Aka won that time. So Aka, good job.
10 points.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to give Aka the win anyhow because he got more actual points than just words. You're cheating, Anna. All right, next round, it's actually going to be, let's see, Aka's had 2 turns, so it'll be Aka. And it'll be Aka and Anna. Okay. Solar technology is the best technology to help us achieve our Paris commitment. So different technology, okay? Who? Yeah, solar, sun. So who would like to be the affirmative? Okay, so Anna, you're going to be the affirmative, so you'll go first. Aka, you're going to play the negative, okay? So I'm just going to keep track of points this time since you guys are not fair and impartial.
Oh, teacher.
Okay, Edson, you can keep track of points, but if you can keep track of points. Anna, go ahead, please. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. In my opinion, solar energy is the best source because it's a renewable energy source, you know. This means that we cannot run out of solar energy as opposed to non-renewable energy sources such as fossil fuels, coal. We will have access to solar energy for as long as the sun is alive and the sun is there. Without the sun, we cannot survive. The potential of solar energy is beyond imagination. It's abundant. My gosh, yes, and it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their needs. It's sustainable. There is no way we can overconsume the solar energy. It's totally harmless. Um, you know, um, you might say that oh no, we need transportation, installation, but it's clear that it will reduce our dependency on non-renewable energy sources. So of course it will have investment, but this is an important step in fighting the climate crisis. You know, and not only the countries that are close to the Ecuador can put solar energy to use. Germany has a huge capacity of solar power. You know, it will decrease our electricity cost because uh, nowadays a lot of people pay a huge electricity bill and
You're not going to get points after the bell goes off, cheeky. All right, Anna, I gave you 5 points. Now, one thing I will say is you did keep saying the same point more than once. In one case, you said renewable, will never run out. Well, that's saying the same thing. You said it 3 times, so you only get the point once. But you did bring up 5 separate points, so I gave you 5 points. Edson, how many did you come up with? 9. Okay, so, yeah. Well, you could score. I may not count those into it, so I want to hear Aka now. Aka, you're on the negative. Okay.
Okay.
You have 2 minutes starting now. And by the way, before we get started, Aka, what you think you might want to do is maybe say something to Edson, make him be your best friend because he seems to be playing favorites with Anna. So if you're a good friend of Edson, maybe he'll give you some more points too.
But I don't like, this kind of, that should be fair, actually. I don't.
Promise him $1,000. Maybe that'll help. See, there you go, Edson. You'll get $1,000. Okay. All right, Aka, you've got 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I don't think solar panel is the best solution to stop global warming because the solar panel is produce electricity. Amount of electricity is pretty unstable now. So current technology doesn't lead to that level to stop global warming level. and it's very inefficient to generate electricity. Solar panel technology is still pretty primal, so we don't have uh, such a kind of effective solar panel yet. And plus, cost is very expensive. If ordinary household buy solar panel, cover up the solar panel wind, it's very costly. So it's not for all a household. And once we set solar panel, it is very difficult to move to another house. And another point, it's very serious problem. If we produce electricity from solar panel, how many solar panel we have to produce? So solar panel use rare metal. Do we have such a large amount of rare metal on the earth to produce such large amounts of solar panels? So for these reasons, I don't think solar panel is the best solution to stop global warming. It's a one solution, but it's not the best.
Okay, thank you very much. Almost went full 2 minutes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 points. How many did you get, Edson? You got 5. Well, that means Aka won. Congratulations, Aka.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, what I did, I had to give Aka a few extra points because of the friend bonus. Yes, because you guys are cheating. So, okay, we're going to do things a little differently now because I sense there's a little bit of bias between 2 friends in the class. But I'm going to use that to my advantage. Okay, I work for the City of Toronto. We're looking for we want to reduce our carbon footprint, so we need to change how we generate electricity. I've just sent out a request for proposal. I'm looking for technologies. Aka, you work for the Nuclear Association of the World. I don't know, or any other country. Make up your company name. Anna, you work for the Wind Turbine Company of the World that also makes underwater turbines, meaning it using wave technology, right? So it captures energy from the wind and from waves. It's basically the same technology. Edson, guess who you work for?
What?
It's so sunny. You work for the solar company. You make solar panels and lots of them. In fact, you're primarily the reason why Germany gets about 35% of its power from renewable sources. Okay. Now keep in mind,
All right.
both wind and solar requires a huge amount of land. Nuclear doesn't. However, if a nuclear power plant goes kaput, it can go pretty bad. Nobody wants to eat radioactive sushi. If a wind turbine goes down, well, maybe it could take out a boat, a fish. Not nearly as dangerous. Same with solar. Okay, but nuclear is far more efficient if we just look at generating electricity and we ignore the cost of waste. So keep all of this in mind. So oh my God, it's 2:55. Guys, class is over. How did
No, just a little bit more.
2:50? We don't have time to do it now.
1 minute for each of us.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll give you each a minute. Now I have a class right after this, okay? So I'll give you each a minute. So Edson, I'll start with you. Go ahead, please.
You know, the efficiency of our system is gonna be like, we are gonna through satellites with panels to get energy from the sun and to transmit to get the light from the sun to transmit the energy for everybody around the world, because you know it's gonna be just like 2 panel solar, and one for each continent. and then it's gonna provide energy for everybody for around the world, you know. And it's gonna be a very useful way of energy. It's not gonna spend a lot of money because they're gonna send just 2 rockets with panel solar.
All right,
That's it.
thank you very much. Anna, your turn. You have a minute from the wind company.
Okay, and my wind turbines are can be used to to uh, generate energy through tidal power, and well, it's a very great source of energy because the potential for tidal power is a lot. It is a renewable source, and you know that my gosh, compared to other sources of energy, it, it, it is more reliable because it's predictable. High and low tides develop with well-known cycles, and it makes it easier to construct the system.
Can't go over your time. Thank you, Anna. And Aka, you are up last. Go ahead, please.
Yes, if I were the staff of the nuclear power plants company, I would say nuclear power plants, other technology still is a primer, so we cannot produce a large amount of electricity we consuming now. So you need to choose stop CO2 or nuclear power plants, CO2 free nuclear power plants to generate electricity we consume nowadays. Modern life requires a lot of electricity. So nuclear power plants is the best solution because it's CO2 free, and we learned from the accident, so we devised a system. We can prepare the safer system than Fukushima because yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. Now I do have to run because I gotta quickly get the next class set up. But come to my next class, describe what you see. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys.
Okay, thank you very much.
See you in a little bit. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.